"They're going to bring down the glacier," she gasped. "They'd rather destroy everything than let us escape." Kyleth's translator flickered as she created an urgent pattern. "Then we must survive to expose them. Your world deserves to know the truth. About us, about them, about everything." Maya looked down the shaft at the dark water below, then back at her alien companion. In the blue glow of the ice cave, with danger closing in from all sides, she felt the weight of the moment. This wasn't just about survival anymore. It was about standing up for truth, for scientific progress, for the very future of human-alien relations. "Together?" she asked, extending her hand. Kyleth's long fingers intertwined with hers, their different physiologies finding common ground in this simple human gesture. Together. Above them, the ice continued to crack as their pursuers drew closer. But as Maya and Kyleth prepared to take their desperate plunge into the glacial waters, both felt an unshakable certainty. Whatever happened next, they would face it as one. The Arctic Sea roared with primal fury as Maya and Kyleth emerged from the glacier's underwater channel, gasping in the bitter air. The water temperature was well below zero, kept liquid only by its salt content. Maya's cold weather gear was barely functioning, but Kyleth's adaptive physiology had transformed her skin into something resembling organic ice, helping them both stay afloat. "There," Maya managed through chattering teeth, pointing to a small research vessel anchored in the distance. "Emergency backup. For station personnel." They fought through the waves, the midnight sun casting long shadows across the water. Behind them, explosions continued to rock the glacier, sending massive ice chunks crashing into the sea. Their pursuers' desperation had turned to reckless destruction. As they reached the vessel, Kyleth's enhanced strength proved invaluable in helping them aboard. Maya's fingers, numb with cold, fumbled with the emergency start sequence, while Kyleth stood watch, her three eyes scanning the horizon. "Maya," Kyleth's translator created urgent patterns. "There's something you need to know about why they're really trying to stop us." The boat's engine rumbled to life as Maya turned to her alien companion. "I thought it was about keeping Earth isolated, preventing contact." "That's part of it." Kyleth's skin rippled with complex patterns that her translator struggled to convey. "But the truth is larger. My mission wasn't just about diplomatic contact. It was about warning Earth." A helicopter appeared over the glacier's edge, its searchlight sweeping across the waves. Maya guided the boat toward open water as Kyleth continued. "The isolationists aren't just trying to prevent contact. They're conducting experiments, using developing worlds as test subjects. Earth's rapidly changing climate, the increase in extreme weather patterns." Kyleth's three eyes fixed on Maya with intense urgency. "It's not all natural. They're testing methods of planetary engineering, studying how different species adapt to manufactured environmental stress." Maya's hands tightened on the boat's controls as the implications hit her. "You mean Earth's climate crisis has been artificially accelerated. The human conspiracy members know this. They're not just collaborating with the isolationists. They're profiting from Earth's environmental challenges while preventing any outside help." The helicopter was gaining on them, joined by others emerging from the darkness. Maya pushed the boat's engine to its limits, but she knew they couldn't outrun aircraft. Suddenly, the sky lit up with new energy signatures. Through the aurora's shifting curtain, sleek shapes descended, ships similar to the one Kyleth had crashed in, but larger. "The collective," Kyleth breathed, her skin glowing with relief. "They received my emergency signal." The helicopter scattered as the alien ships descended, creating a protective formation around the small boat. A beam of light enveloped Maya and Kyleth, and a new voice spoke, not through a translator, but directly into their minds. "Diplomatic envoy Kyleth, Dr. Maya Chen." The voice was like music and mathematics combined. "Your evidence has been received and transmitted across multiple networks. The isolationists' activities on Earth have been exposed." Maya watched in awe as more ships appeared, their advanced technology now operating in full view. "What happens now?" "Now," Kylith's translator created patterns of hope and determination. We offer Earth what it should have had from the beginning. A choice. With the isolationists exposed, your world can choose to join the galactic community openly, with full knowledge of both the challenges and opportunities ahead. The horizon was brightening with the permanent summer sun, casting golden light across the Arctic Sea. Maya saw more boats approaching. The Arctic night. The real challenge was just beginning. The old research cabin emerged from the swirling snow like a ghost, its weather-beaten walls barely visible in the dim Arctic twilight. Maya and Kylith had been traveling for 18 hours, stopping only when Kylith's alien physiology demanded rest. The sound of distant helicopters had haunted them the entire journey. Inside, Maya urged, helping Kylith through the deep snow. The alien diplomat's skin had taken on a worrying crystalline appearance, her three eyes dulled from exhaustion. Earth's gravity and cold continued to tax her strength, despite the modified cold weather gear. The cabin's door creaked open with protest, revealing a single room filled with outdated research equipment. Maya quickly activated the emergency generator, bringing warmth and light to their sanctuary. As heat began to fill the space, Kylith's skin slowly regained its pearlescent sheen. "Your pursuit of knowledge," Kylith observed, examining the old scientific instruments. "It led you to build outposts in such hostile conditions. This persistence, it's why my people chose Earth for contact." Maya checked the ancient weather station's communication system, relieved to find it still functional. "Yet someone doesn't want that contact to happen. Both humans and others, you said." She turned to face her alien companion. "I think it's time you told me what's really going on." Kylith's three eyes focused on different points around the room. A gesture Maya had learned indicated deep thought. "The galaxy is divided. Some civilizations believe emerging worlds should develop in isolation. Others, like my collective, advocate for guided integration." Static crackled from the radio, making them both jump. Maya adjusted the frequency, picking up scattered communications. Search patterns, coordinates. Their pursuers were being methodical. "These isolationists," Maya pressed, "they're the ones who attacked your ship." "Yes, but they are not alone." Kylith's translator created complex patterns in the air as she spoke. "There is a human organization working with them. People in positions of power who believe Earth's development would be corrupted by alien contact." Maya's mind raced. A shadow organization with enough resources to track alien ships and coordinate with extraterrestrial forces. "That's terrifying," Kylith suggested, her skin rippling with what Maya now recognized as grim humor. "I was going to say impressive, actually." Maya smiled despite their situation. "But yes, terrifying too." The cabin's old computer terminal suddenly hummed to life, its screen filling with scrolling data. Maya's eyes widened as she recognized the pattern. Someone's accessing the station's systems remotely. They're activating the old tracking beacon. Kylith moved with surprising speed, her three eyes scanning the ancient hardware. Her fingers, longer and more articulated than human hands, danced across the terminal. "Your technology is primitive, but there." The screen went dark. "I've corrupted the beacon's signal." Maya stared at her companion with new appreciation. "You're not just a diplomat, are you? My people believe in being versatile." Kylith's skin flushed with colors Maya hadn't seen before. "The collective chose me for this mission because of my various skills, diplomatic and otherwise." A sudden explosion of sound from outside cut off further explanation. Helicopter rotors, much closer now. Maya rushed to the window, her heart sinking. Three black shapes descended through the swirling snow, their searchlights cutting through the gloom. "They're here," Kylith said quietly. "Maya, you must leave. This is not your battle." Maya checked her supplies, mind already forming plans. "Actually, I think it is. You came to Earth seeking peaceful contact. Instead, you found conspiracy and violence. But you also found me. She began gathering essential gear. "And I'm going to make sure your mission succeeds." Kyleth's 3 eyes blinked in rapid succession. "You would risk everything. For an alien's diplomatic mission." "For the truth," Maya corrected. "For humanity's right to know we're not alone. For the chance to prove that we're ready for what's out there." She handed Kyleth her pack. "There's a network of ice caves 3 kilometers north. If we can reach them." The cabin's walls suddenly illuminated with harsh light from outside. A voice boomed through a megaphone, distorted by wind. "Dr. Chen, we know you're in there. Turn over the alien diplomat. This is a matter of planetary security." Maya met Kyleth's trifocal gaze. In that moment, something passed between them, an understanding that transcended their biological differences. They were no longer just 2 beings thrown together by circumstance. They were partners, united in a cause greater than themselves. With an advanced civilization, the alien had regained consciousness shortly after being brought inside. Through her translator device, she identified herself as Kyleth, a diplomatic representative from a civilization she called the Meridian Collective. The device, though damaged, managed to convey basic concepts before failing completely. "The atmospheric pressure here," Kyleth explained, her 3 eyes blinking in sequence as she adjusted to the station's lighting. "It's oppressive. Your gravity pulls so heavily." Her pearlescent skin rippled with what Maya interpreted as discomfort. Maya monitored Kyleth's vital signs on improvised equipment, fascinated by readings that defied human medical norms. "Your physiology is adapting, but slowly. The cold was actually helping to stabilize your system. Your body temperature runs much lower than ours." Dr. Larson paced nearby, alternating between excitement and paranoia. "We need to contact the authorities." "This is bigger than us, Maya. We're just climate scientists." "And tell them what?" Maya challenged, adjusting the temperature controls again. "That we have an alien diplomat who claimed she was attacked while approaching Earth with peaceful intentions." "How long before this becomes a military situation?" A weak laugh emerged from Kyleth, a sound like wind chimes in a breeze. "Your protectiveness, it reminds me of home. But your colleague is correct to be concerned. Those who attacked my ship will be searching." Maya leaned closer, her scientific detachment warring with growing concern. "Who attacked you? Why?" Kyleth's skin darkened slightly, a reaction Maya had begun to associate with distress. "There are those who believe Earth is not ready for contact, both among your people and—" She paused, her translator struggling. "And others." Before Maya could press further, the station's communication system crackled to life. Through the static, a voice announced an incoming research team, requesting immediate landing clearance for their helicopter. "Research team?" Larson frowned. "We're not expecting anyone for 3 months." Maya's stomach dropped. She looked at Kyleth, whose 3 eyes had widened in alarm. The alien skin had taken on a deeper, almost metallic sheen. "Fear," Maya realized. "They're coming." Kyleth whispered. "They traced my emergency beacon." "Who's coming?" But even as Maya asked, she was already moving, gathering essential supplies into her pack. "The same ones who shot down my ship. They have operatives everywhere, watching for signs of contact." Kyleth attempted to stand but stumbled, still weak from her crash landing. Maya made a split-second decision. "Larson, when they arrive, tell them you saw the light but found nothing. The crash site is already buried under fresh snow." She turned to Kyleth. "Can you walk?" The alien straightened with visible effort. "I must." "Maya, this is insane," Larson protested. "Where will you go?" "There's an old research cabin 50 kilometers north. It's off the grid, not marked on recent maps." Maya was already helping Kyleth into cold weather gear modified to fit her tall, slender frame. "The weather station there still works. We can monitor communications, figure out who's really looking for her." The sound of helicopter rotors grew louder, cutting through the perpetual Arctic night. Maya grabbed her research tablet, quickly transferring weather data and maps. "Larson, if anyone asks." He waved her off, face tight with worry. "I know nothing." "Be careful, Maya. Whatever's going on, it's bigger than just one alien diplomat, isn't it?" Kyleth's translator flickered one last time. "The future of peaceful contact between our worlds depends on what happens next. There are those who would prevent it at any cost." Maya led Kyleth through the station's emergency exit into the howling Arctic wind. The helicopter's searchlight swept across the main building as they disappeared into the darkness. Snow was beginning to fall heavily, good cover for their escape, but it would make travel treacherous. As they trudged through deepening snow, Maya's mind raced. She was a climate scientist, not a secret agent. She had no training for this kind of situation. But looking at Kyleth struggling bravely against Earth's gravity and cold, Maya felt a fierce surge of determination. This was first contact, humanity's chance to prove itself worthy of joining a larger galactic community, and for whatever reason, that responsibility now rested on her shoulders. Behind them, the helicopter landed at the research station. Ahead lay 50 kilometers of the most inhospitable terrain on Earth. Maya checked her compass and gripped Kyleth's arm more firmly, helping her through a deep snowdrift. They had maybe 6 hours before anyone realized they were gone. The aurora flared overhead, casting their shadows across the endless white. Two figures from different worlds, united by circumstance and choice, vanishing into. "Ready?" Maya asked, moving toward the cabin's back exit. Kyleth's skin rippled with determination, her translator creating one final pattern in the air. "Lead the way, Dr. Chen. Show me more of this human persistence you're so famous for." Together, they slipped into the howling Arctic night, leaving their pursuers surrounding an empty cabin. Above them, the aurora painted the sky in sheets of green and purple, nature's own light show illuminating their escape into the endless white. The ice caves stretched beneath the glacier like a crystalline labyrinth, their walls glowing with an ethereal blue light filtered through millennia of compressed snow. Maya and Kyleth huddled in a small chamber deep within the network, their breath-forming clouds in the frigid air. Above, the faint sounds of helicopter rotors echoed through the ice. "Your planet's beauty is unexpected," Kyleth observed, her three eyes reflecting the cave's blue glow. "We studied Earth extensively, but experiencing it is different. Research vessels, Coast Guard ships, even civilian crafts. The truth could no longer be hidden. Your actions," Kyleth turned to Maya, her three eyes glowing with emotion, "proved what my people hoped about humans. When faced with the unknown, you chose understanding over fear, cooperation over isolation. You risked everything to help someone literally alien to you." Maya looked at her companion, this being from another world who had become something more than just an alien diplomat. "And you trusted me with the truth about your mission, about what's really happening to Earth. Where do we go from here?" Kyleth's skin rippled with what Maya now recognized as joy. "We build bridges, just as we have done. Between our peoples, our worlds, our different ways of seeing the universe. Together." Above them, the aurora painted the sky in impossible colors, nature's own celebration of this moment. The isolationist ships had vanished, their conspiracy exposed. Earth's climate crisis would still need to be addressed, but now humanity would face it with the knowledge and potential assistance of advanced civilizations. Maya Chen, climate scientist turned first contact specialist, stood on the deck of a small Arctic research vessel, watching her world change forever. Beside her, Kyleth's translator created one final pattern, not of words, but of possibility, of hope, of a future where humanity would take its place among the stars. The midnight sun climbed higher, dawning on humanity's first day as a known part of a much larger cosmic community. And somewhere in the vastness of space, other worlds waited to learn what Earth would choose to become. The aurora borealis danced across the Arctic sky, its ethereal green light illuminating the pristine snow below. Dr. Maya Chen stood at the window of the Svalbard research station, her breath fogging the glass as she tracked a peculiar light cutting through the celestial display. Something about its movement seemed wrong. Too deliberate, too controlled to be a meteor. "Dr. Larson, are you seeing this?" Maya called out, her voice echoing through the quiet research station. But her colleague remained focused on his climate data, oblivious to the drama unfolding above. The object's trajectory suddenly shifted, its glow intensifying from white to angry red. Maya's scientific mind raced through possibilities, each more improbable than the last. Then the impossible happened. The light stopped mid-descent, hovering for a brief moment before making a controlled turn toward the glacier field. Maya grabbed her emergency pack and heavy weather gear. "I'm going to check something," she announced, already zipping up her thermal suit. "Probably nothing, but better safe than sorry." "In this weather?" "It's -40 out there," Larson protested, finally looking up from his screens. "Whatever it is can wait until morning." But Maya was already heading for the door. 15 years of climate research had taught her to trust her instincts, and right now, every scientific fiber in her body was screaming that something extraordinary was happening. The bitter cold hit her like a physical force as she stepped outside. Her breath crystallized instantly, forming ice crystals on her face shield. The object had disappeared behind the ridge of glacial ice 2 kilometers from the station. Maya activated her locator beacon. She wasn't completely reckless and began trudging through the deep snow. The aurora's light provided enough illumination to navigate by, casting everything in an otherworldly green glow. Maya's boots crunched through the crusty surface layer as she made her way toward the ridge. The wind howled around her, but underneath it, she could hear something else, a low, pulsing hum that seemed to vibrate through her bones. As she crested the ridge, she saw it. Nestled in a perfect landing crater sat what could only be described as a ship. Its sleek, organic curves seemed to absorb and reflect the aurora's light, creating patterns that hurt her eyes if she looked too long. It was roughly the size of a small private jet, but unlike anything human engineering had ever produced. Maya's hands trembled as she pulled out her phone to document the discovery. Before she could take a picture, a seam appeared in the ship's smooth surface. Light spilled out, and a figure emerged, tall, slender, and definitely not human. The being stumbled, clearly struggling with the intense cold and gravity. Without thinking, Maya rushed forward. Her scientific curiosity was overridden by basic human compassion as she watched the creature collapse into the snow. As she approached, she could see its skin had a subtle iridescence, like mother of pearl, and was clearly not adapted to Arctic conditions. The being's eyes opened, 3 of them, arranged in a triangle, and focused on Maya. To her amazement, a small device at its throat pulsed with light, and words formed in the air between them. "Help, diplomatic envoy, attacked." The words flickered and faded like smoke. Maya made a decision that would change not just her life, but potentially the course of human history. She activated her emergency beacon, the signal that would bring the full resources of the research station running, and knelt beside the alien diplomat. "I'm Dr. Maya Chen," she said clearly, hoping the device could translate both ways. "You're safe now. We'll help you." The being's eyes flickered in what might have been relief before closing. Maya shrugged off her outer coat and wrapped it around the alien's shoulders, her mind already racing through the medical implications of treating a non-human patient. She knew that in helping this creature, she was stepping into unknown territory that could be dangerous for both of them. But as she looked at the mysterious ship and its vulnerable passenger, Maya felt something else growing alongside her scientific curiosity, a fierce determination to protect this moment of first contact, to prove that humanity could rise above fear and prejudice to offer help to a stranger from the stars. The aurora continued its ancient dance overhead, bearing witness to a meeting that would forge an unlikely bond between 2 worlds, starting here in the endless Arctic night. The next 24 hours at Svalbard Research Station transformed into a blur of frantic activity and mounting tension. Maya had converted the station's medical bay into a makeshift alien containment unit, though containment felt like the wrong word. Their visitor wasn't a prisoner. She was a patient, and possibly Earth's first diplomatic contact.